100%. You rock, Ernestina. You rock.
Thanks, Robert. It's so great to meet you too. And it's been really fun to learn more about what you do, but looking forward to jumping in here a little bit more and getting to know more about what you do.
Well,
and talk about play.
Yeah, and talk about play. That's what brought us here today. On Wednesday, February 22nd. And if you're watching this awesome and short interview with the amazing Ernestina Malheiro, you're in for a treat. Everyone's in for a treat. I'm Robert Mandelson, the creator and facilitator of powerful play experiences, positive workplace mental health for teams, and I'm on the search, or I'm on a search for wellness and well-being. It says right here, I'm on a search for wellness and well-being. And Ernestina is part of. She's my second, or we're here for the second episode of Robert's Search for Wellness and Well-Being. And it's all about meeting amazing experts like Ernestina, ready to support you and me, change how we all feel for the better. And would you say that you're a wellness and well-being expert? Is that something you would run with, Ernestina?
Well, I could call myself that, but my expertise is more around trauma, right? And psychological trauma, psychological injury. And of course, you can't explore that without also exploring a couple issues surrounding that, which is resilience,
Yes.
Right? How it is that we build our resilience and what affects resilience. And then also, so how do you build resilience before psychological injury or a trauma? How do you recover during and how do you restore after, right? That's just like that whole process that I'm really interested in.
Wow. So you might not tag yourself as being about wellness and well-being, but you definitely fall into the world of wellness and well-being.
Yeah, definitely.
And you and I connected on LinkedIn because we're both advocates of play. And I want to quote you. It was something you had written on one of my posts, and you said something like, in our toxic culture, this is from Ernestina. She quoted me on one of my posts regarding play. She said, in our toxic culture, play has gotten a bad rap. In chronic toxic stress, play is jettisoned as unnecessary. So far from the truth. So what's up with that? And how does that tie into wellness and well-being? What's with that quote?
Yeah, thank you. Well, I could say that I have been exploring play and play research, not a ton, but a bit. And it's just been really fascinating. And in learning about play, I think play has this view, it's seen as like something frivolous or it's something that adults don't do. It's something that's for children and not for adults. And we can look at, I get a flower. We can look at the work of a lifelong researcher like Stuart Brown, I think belated researcher who wrote, I think, one of the quintessential books on play called Play.
Yes.
And his work, he talks about, he dedicated his whole career to researching play in all spheres of life, as you know, for children, play in like romantic relationships, play as recovery medium, play for teams.
Wow.
And what we find, you know, in exploring his work, what we find is that play is an invaluable tool. Well, one, you know, people might try and kind of curtail or limit their play because they don't understand what play is actually doing, right? Play being this powerful way for children to learn their motor skills. They're like testing their limits. They're learning how to use their body. They're practicing speech, social skills. Like play is such a profound world of learning. And it can be that for adults too, if we let it. And when I talk about toxic culture, what I mean is this like in the workplace in particular, but also kind of in general. But speaking to the workplace, it's like, we have to put in our hours. We have to like be busy and productive all the time. There's all these like ideas about how work should be and
Yes.
what is productivity. But then there's the reality of like, actually, research tells us that a productive day for most people is they worked 4 hours. So what are we doing? Like, what are we doing for the other 4 hours? Not judging the people who are on average being 4 hours productive. It's like, should we even have 8-hour work days? Maybe we should have a 4-hour workday with some meeting time and some more play time for more creativity, right?
Okay, so on that, one of the main reasons why I connected with you and you connected with me on LinkedIn is because we're huge proponents around the value of play in all aspects of our life, including the world of work. And so I'm so pumped that I'm here with you, that I've met you, because you're supporting my search for wellness and well-being by taking a position and a passion for the idea that we should all value play in our lives, especially in the workplace. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts around the value of play as a tool to address a daily mental health.
Well, some of the work that I'm a purveyor of research. I like hanging out in the research world. I like digging through research. I like reading it. I like categorizing it. And so the few times that I've kind of gone into the play research, one of the things that stood out for me was how play is a way for us sometimes at work and in all contexts, it's a way for us to express what we sometimes don't have conscious words for. We don't have the ability to communicate what's going on or what we really think. And so on the one hand, play can serve a function to heal and help us grow. But on the other hand, it can help release creativity. Trying to solve this problem at work that we're stuck on, we know the answer is right there, but we can't get it. Never mind. Go play, go do something. And I think one of the issues with play is people struggle with like, well, what is play? Like, how could we define play? And one of the definitions that I've found useful for play is that play is anything that we do without a required or specific outcome. Like we just do it because we enjoy doing it. There's no outcome attached to the activity. So there's for lots of people, there's lots of examples of this, like going for a walk just because we enjoy it. Playing certain kinds of games just for the fun of it and to increase our creativity. So in the workplace, and if we look at Stuart Brown's work, that's some of the best case studies. Like his research was looking about how teams that spent time doing creative things together unleash their problem solving skills. Okay. So when I say that play is jettisoned, it's jettisoned and erroneously. In my view, it's erroneous to jettison play. It serves so many functions for kids and for adults at work.
Okay, so thank you for that. So if I haven't already said so, Ernestina is the founder of
Uplift Learning. Uplift Learning Inc.
Yeah, Uplift Learning Inc. And people can find you where?
They can find me at upliftlearningonline.ca.
Yep. Say that one more time, nice and slow.
Sure. Upliftlearningonline.ca.
Yep.
And also Linktree Actually, the Linktree URL is kind of funny. It's like Linktree, but the dot is between the R and the two E's /Uplift Learning Online. You can also find our resources on that page.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that before we wrap up here. And I want you to make the connection between Uplift Learning Inc. and play, because I was attracted to having this conversation with you on the subject of the value of play. But then when I went to learn more about you on Uplift Learning,
Online.
Uplift Learning Online or Uplift Online Learning.
Yeah, no, it's upliftlearningonline.ca is our website.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So when I went to the website to learn more about you, it said something about being like you're a resilience informed educator. So help bring it all together for us, like in terms of this idea of resilience, trauma informed play. Are there some common threads between all of this in terms of our wellness and well-being?
Sure. As I was mentioning earlier, play can be a modality, like activities that we do without being evaluated, without a specific outcome. Give us the space to sometimes to process things, and that can be things that are difficult, like painful or emotionally taxing things,
Yes.
but also problem solving things, right? And so we need play. Play is one in my resilience informed model. It has like I think 8 or 9 different branches, and play is one of the branches in the model for building resilience.
Wow.
So that's where, when I was thinking about like what are all the pathways of resilience, I'm like, okay, mental, emotional, spiritual, nature, and a few other ones, but then also play. And I put play in there because we have things like play therapy that's used for children, but also for adults. For adults, it's art therapy, it's movement therapy, right? There's all these different things that help access what we don't have language for, and
Wow.
we don't have to talk about it. We can just play it out in a sense.
Well, there was a lot of words there, more than 4 letters. And I'm just joking around. I'm saying what I'm saying is I'm joking around and saying you're very wise and very smart. Man, there's a lot of big words there. But what I meant by that is that you're very wise and very smart. I like how you brought it together, because I want those who are watching our conversation today to know all facets of you. And I didn't come here today to just say, hi, here's Ernestina, founder of Uplift Learning Inc. And in terms of wellness and well-being, let's put her in a box and say, this is it. So I appreciate that we've gone far and wide on a lot of topics. We haven't gone deep, but that's on purpose, because I want people to come back to and visit you by going to your website. I'm sure you're on Facebook. You can be found on LinkedIn. Is there something you'd like to share with anybody that maybe we haven't covered today?
Maybe I might share that I've been developing the Resilience Lab, and it's launching at the end of March. So if you want to learn more about the different pathways of resilience, which includes play, I am not focusing on play in the way that you are. You are like you are the expert at play, right? I am just like noting that play is an important pathway, and we should look at it and we should consider it. And when we're going through struggles, play is sometimes the thing that gets cut off.
Yes.
But how we also know that we're recovering and our resilience is growing is when we open back up to play.
Yes.
That's a sign that we're doing better, right?
Yes.
So I just wanted to leave that, just tying resilience and play together a little, once more, just getting people to think about that. And also, Robert, thanks so much for the work that you're doing, helping encourage people to play. It's so important for in the professional space and in all the spaces. And it is truly an avenue of well-being as you're searching, yeah.
I also want to let everybody know that if you hop on over to Ernestina's website, upliftlearning
Online.
Uplift Learning
Online.ca. Yeah.
I'm just going to be quiet and you're going to tell us the website one more time.
Upliftlearningonline.ca.
And if you go there, I want everybody to take a close look at her 5-minute resilience quiz, and no more than 5 minutes. And I took the quiz, and some information came my way. And thank you for doing that. Thank you for posting that. What do you hope that people get out of taking the quiz? what is it you'd like them to walk away with?
Well, I think what's so important to it's an opportunity to reflect on resilience, right?
Yes.
And on the one hand, to notice when things are tough, sometimes we don't notice what's working and what's going well. And it's a resilient attitude to notice what's working, even when things are tough, right? And
Yes.
then, of course, to notice maybe where some areas I could, where could I boost my resilience, right? And it's a very short quiz, but I think it gives people the opportunity to reflect. So I want people to reflect on their resilience and where they're at with resilience.
But, you know, I want to thank you so much for being part of my search for wellness and well-being. It's like I have to read it off a piece of paper or something. I'm here to meet amazing experts like Ernestina Malheiro, who's ready to support you, the viewers, and me, change how we all feel for the better. Thank you very, very much on this beautiful Wednesday, February 22nd. And you and I will connect outside of here because I think there's a lot of different ways you can support me and help me be better in what I do. I am the furthest thing from being a research guru. I tend to work off of very organically and just work off of intuition and what feels right. So that's why you amaze me, because you're everything that I'm not. You can dig deep into information. You can put it together in a very well-organized way. And apparently you offer courses. Is that the whole purpose of the website, for people to register for courses?
Yeah, that's where we're going. Like, we're still very much in startup mode. And so our website will actually be getting a pretty major overhaul over the next few months so that it's more intuitive and easier for our visitors to use. But yeah, we're an online training company, right? We offer courses online, in person too, but our focus is really online training and offering training and using very innovative strategies online. That's kind of, I've hung out in the online training world for 20 years. So back when I started, I don't even know how we did online courses 20 years ago, but we made it happen.
You are an expert on so many things. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Robert.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Have
so
a great
much.
day. We'll connect.
You too. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.